Okay, so we're diving deep today into some really fascinating stuff. We've got these notes for a potential podcast episode all about relationships
Look,
and how
wow.
they work, and it's got all these ideas for guests and topics,
Yeah.
but we're going to break it down together and see what we can learn. I'm really excited about this one.
Yeah, me too. This looks really interesting.
Right. So, right off the bat, they hit us with these three biggies: communication, trust, and respect.
Mhm.
Like the foundation of any good relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
They even call open communication the bedrock. What do you think about that? Why is that so important?
Well, when you can really talk to each other openly and honestly, it's like you're less likely to get each other wrong,
Yeah,
misinterpret things.
totally. Like you're on the same wavelength.
Exactly. And it stops little misunderstandings from blowing up into big problems later.
Right. Prevents
Okay.
resentment and all that.
Yeah.
So active listening is crucial then.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not just waiting for your turn to talk. It's really hearing what your partner is saying.
Gotcha. And speaking of connecting, this outline has this whole section on emotional support versus independence.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, like, is it better to have a partner who's always there for you, your rock?
Right?
Or is it more important to have space to do your own thing? What do you think?
Well, I think it's important to remember that the source frames this as a debate, not like you have to pick one or the other.
Ah,
It's more about finding that balance,
Right.
right? Because, yeah, sharing your hopes and dreams with someone is amazing,
yeah.
but you also need to respect each other's individuality.
Oh, I love that. It's like, imagine you're on a ship sailing together.
Okay, yeah.
You're headed to the same destination, but you each have your own cabin, right? To decorate how you like.
That's a great analogy.
It reminds me of this research I read. Couples who kept up their own hobbies, separate from each other,
Uh-huh.
they were actually happier.
Wow, that makes sense. It ties in perfectly with that whole respecting individual aspirations thing. And that leads us right into the next idea. Adaptability.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one. Because relationships,
Yeah.
like sailing,
Okay.
you hit rough waters sometimes.
Definitely.
How you adapt to those changes, that's key, right?
Absolutely. So how do you think this all links back to communication and trust? They seem pretty connected.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Because when things change, like jobs, family stuff, even just growing as a person,
Mm-hmm.
if you can talk openly about it, express your needs and worries, and you
Yeah.
trust each other to handle it together,
Right.
that's how you weather the storm as a team.
You got it. Teamwork makes the dream work, as they say.
Uh-huh, exactly. But now the source gets really interesting. It talks about turning the mirror inward,
Oh, what do you mean?
like looking at how we embody these qualities ourselves.
Oh, interesting.
Because it's easy to talk the talk, right?
Really?
But are we walking the walk? Are we actually communicating openly, being respectful, and all that?
You're hitting the nail on the head. The source even suggests journaling or talking to friends to get perspective on our own behavior.
Ooh, I like that. Like, think about the last argument you had.
Okay.
Did you really listen to the other person? Or were you just trying to defend yourself?
That's a good point.
That self-awareness is so important for growth,
For sure. And this is where the source talks about bringing in stories from listeners.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. But since we don't have those today,
Right?
let's imagine a listener who's feeling a little stifled in their relationship,
Yeah.
but they also really value the emotional support they get from their partner. How could they use what we've talked about to work through that?
That's such a common situation, right? Feeling like you need a little more space.
Yeah.
This listener could definitely use that open communication we talked about to express their need for some breathing room.
Right.
But at the same time, they could reassure their partner that they love and appreciate the support.
It's all about finding that balance again, isn't it?
Absolutely. Meeting both your needs and your partner's.
It's really cool how these insights, all from just a podcast outline.
I know, right? Can be so helpful for anyone, no matter what kind of relationship they're in.
It's universal, isn't it?
Totally. And like the source says, building these qualities isn't about reaching some finish line.
Yeah.
It's a journey. It's
Yeah.
ongoing.
Exactly. It's always evolving.
Mm.
You learn, you grow, you adapt alongside your partner.
That's a great way to put it.
And the best tool for that journey is self-awareness.
Oh, I love that.
The more we understand ourselves,
Yeah.
the better we can build those strong, happy, lasting relationships.
That's fantastic. Such a great takeaway.
I agree.
All right, well, that's our deep dive for today.
Thanks for having me.
It was great having you. And for you listening, keep exploring, keep reflecting, and keep building those amazing connections. Until next time.
See ya!